Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is CC Artist. In today's video, which you already know what it's about based on the title, I will be drawing Blackpink, the members of Blackpink. Particularly, this video is like part 1, and it will be the sketch. So I wanted to draw the Blackpink members when I watched their new single Pink Venom, and I wanted to actually get a frame from their music video, but I couldn't really capture one where they were it was very difficult for me to be able to capture one with all their faces all non-blurry, all clear. So I just decided to use their Pink Venom posters, which I just got it from the community tab in their YouTube channel. I just took a screenshot, cropped it, then I drew it. And first of all, I want to start talking about the difficulties I had. It was so difficult to draw 4 people. I didn't know whether I thought this was gonna be easy or difficult, but it was way more difficult than it was. But it took me so long to complete the first sketch, and that's why I just decided to just make a video of the first sketch, because I don't want the video to be too long if I have the sketch and the line art and the shading part all on the same page. I feel like trying to get a video out when I wanted to would make me rush. So here's the sketching part, and I feel let me just say, I thought I usually don't draw people, so it's very difficult for me to get their faces right, but I was able to get Lisa's face right. If you look at this, I felt like I was really focused, and I make decisive moments that made me get Lisa's face right. And while it's not 100% realistic, I still like how her face came out, and I didn't want to put the picture under the sketching layer and trace her face. I wanted to be able to draw her face from looking at it, and I'm kind of glad with how it turned out. I'm not even going to lie about that. Obviously there were some parts where I was a little bit confused. Their clothes was one of the primary reasons why I was so confused. I felt there were bits and pieces that I would realize that it overlaps with another group member, and then I had to realize that, wait, am I really drawing this correctly? Because I know you guys can't see this right now, but in between Jennie and Jisoo, there's this wardrobe, this part of their clothing on top of both of their shoulders, and I don't know which one it comes from. I think it comes from Jisoo, has a neck thing, and I think it comes from her. And then but there's also part of Jennie's clothing, mainly her arm, that I had really right on top of her shoulder. I couldn't see the outlines correctly, so I didn't really know what the shape of the clothing was, but it wasn't really that confusing. It was just when you're drawing and you're really trying to get this right, it can be quite difficult. It can be quite frustrating, but it wasn't that bad. But mostly I was kind of weirded out about their another thing that confused me, not weirded me out, that confused me, was their proportions. For example, Jennie's skirt, I wasn't sure how to draw her legs because of the skirt. Of course, I wasn't sure if it looked good the way I was drawing it, because I'm still dealing with anatomy and stuff, but I'm still happy with how it turned out overall. But what I had probably the most difficulty with is Jennie's face. I don't know what it really was, but I had such a difficult time getting her jawline right, and her forehead and eye and nose positioning right. You will see me edit her face over and over, and while it might seem like a 3 under your 1 minute thing because this is a speed paint. Real time, like I was struggling. Like I don't know what it was. I probably drew her face over and over in total up to like 10 minutes. But I'm really happy with I'm really happy that I didn't just let this slide, and I really saw that I couldn't draw her correctly, and I'm really glad that I fixed it, because I do feel like the fixed version is more closer to her face than what I started with. If I did not edit her face, if I didn't kept drawing it over and over, I probably would have been disappointed in myself for not taking the time to really draw her right, because I usually don't draw people realistically, and this is a first time thing, and so I just decided to I'm just glad with myself that I did that. But also, you guys, I'm sure you guys noticed that you guys aren't seeing me draw with my hand anymore, and I forgot to leave this disclaimer in front. This will start with you seeing me draw Lisa. You'll see my hand and stuff, but I just ended up skipping to speed paint because I felt like I was just more comfortable with just using the speed paint than recording. I feel like recording takes a lot out of me, and it affects my drawing somewhat. I don't know what it is, it just affects my drawing some way. But now I'm drawing Jisoo, and I wasn't sure how to draw Jisoo's leg, right? Because until you really examine it, I'm still not sure what pose she's doing. But her in the picture, her legs do seem to be leaning towards a certain way, and I hope that I did draw it right, because my brain could not comprehend how her body was in a 3D space, right? I couldn't really see the pose she was doing, but I still drew what I was able to see somewhat, and I'm really glad with that. So for some reason, Rose's speed paint is really short, and I had already recorded this part, but I deleted it so I could talk about Rose and stuff. But the last thing I want to say about Jisoo is that I did not know whether she had 2 ponytails or not. I saw some shadows in the back of her head in the picture, but I wasn't really sure. But now we're on to Rose, and let me see, did I have any trouble? Oh right, Rose's pose, it was also really difficult for me to draw her. If you can see, she's really leaning towards Rose, but her legs are leaning away from, she's really leaning towards Jisoo, but her legs are leaning away from Jisoo, while her torso is leaning towards Jisoo. And I felt like I didn't really pay attention to that, which, it happens sometimes while drawing. I might try to fix it during the recording, during the line art stage, who knows. But I feel like I did not get that dynamic pose of hers in the drawing. I feel like it looked so much more dynamic in the photo than it did in my illustration. And I was kind of sad, and I was kind of sad that I didn't get that. Also, her boots, I like the little details on her boots, and I know that I did not add it in this illustration. I will add it later on. Okay, this is the end. Bye. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This, that, pink venom. This, that, pink venom. This, that, pink venom. Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em. Straight to your dough, whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight to your dough, ah, ah, ah. Taste that pink venom, taste that pink venom, taste that pink venom. Bye. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight to your dough,